No thoughts. Don't think. No thoughts. No thoughts. Don't think. No thoughts. Don't think. Don't think. No thoughts. Don't think. Don't think. No thoughts. Don't think. No thoughts. Don't say anything. Don't think anything. Nope. Don't think.
Meditation has been said to reduce stress, increase self-awareness, help you learn how to focus, increase imagination and creativity, as well as a whole other myriad of positive things.
Going into this challenge, I'm gonna be honest, I was afraid. Scared, and just right out fearful that I was not going to be able to execute this challenge properly. And what I mean by that is I was afraid that I was not going to be able to meditate right, to do whatever meditation means. And when working on myself through these different challenges, I know leading up to them which ones are going to be the most difficult. And for this one, I really felt that right up before I did this challenge. I'm a person who's constantly thinking about what I need to do next, somebody who is always thinking forward and into the future. So leading up into this, I could not stop thinking about what was going to make me not stop thinking during meditation.
I watched other challenges from Matt Diavella and the Try Guys to see what other people experienced, and it got me excited to get started. Those challenges from all of them have always been inspiration for these challenges, and in the future, I'm going to definitely be doing different ones that they haven't done, but for now, I'm sticking with what they've been doing.
When I started this challenge, I was actually 3 days removed from when I was about to move into my new apartment. And as you can imagine, moving into a new apartment and trying to incorporate this challenge was very difficult for me. I ended up trying to figure out how to incorporate this meditation, which usually took like 30 minutes out of my day, into what was already a busy schedule with moving, acclimating to my new place, and everything else that came with it.
I use the Daily Calm app. This is essentially an app that is about $12.99 a month. If you don't pay for an annual subscription, it'll end up being $5 a month. If you do, $60 for the whole year. And that, on top of other different ways to pay for it, include $300 for a lifetime subscription. That, as well as Headspace and other apps, are different meditation apps that really help you hone into learning how to meditate, because when you get started, it is a little bit different.
Overall, I ended up meditating for around 15 to 20 minutes a day. Between finding the different meditation that I was going to use, though, it took me about 30 minutes, like I said, and the sitting down portion of just me meditating was about 15 to 20 minutes. I have no idea why I just said meditation like that just now.
So when I sat while doing it, I didn't actually do it to the normal tune of what most people do. As you see in a lot of videos, people will have their legs crossed, or in a lot of tutorials, people will have their legs crossed. I can't do that. I have a bum knee. It's extremely uncomfortable. I'll be in a lot of pain anytime I try to do that. So what I ended up doing was I had my legs out, my back against the wall, or I had my legs out or down, and I was sitting on my bed or on a couch. And essentially that was able to get me into a pretty comfortable spot that wasn't comfortable enough for when I would try to fall asleep. If you're laying down and meditating, it's probably not the right thing to do.
It cannot be understated how absolutely amazing this was for me on stressful days. As I'm sure all of you know, you have stressful days sometimes. And for me, I just found this was a nice way to sit down, calm down, and not let my mind race after what ended up being a ridiculous string of stressful days. I feel like the beginning of school is really stressful, and as many of you know, I ended up battling my writer's block and trying to make videos in a new place, and you have new people around, and on top of that, I was making more content that I could keep up with, along with like the schoolwork I had, so I was kind of really stressed out at the time, and meditation just helped me overall.
Specifically, I think back to the days of doing homework all days on Tuesdays and then having class all night. Those are extremely long and stressful days for me.
Another time where I'd meditate and I would notice the immediate benefits was when I had class from 10 to 1 p.m. and then 2 to 5 p.m. So I had 2 3-hour classes on Saturday, making for 6 hours of class. So I'd have 6 hours of class within 7 hours, so that 1 hour lunch break, I would eat lunch obviously, but I also would meditate a lot during those times. And that was so vital into getting me to be sane during the second class and not feel like it was going to drag on, because I calmed down a bit. I was able to feel like I was in a better spot. And honestly, I thank meditation and this challenge a lot for getting me through those hard weekends. As I said earlier, I was really busy during this challenge, so I have to really thank the fact that I am good with my time. For me, even fitting these in at all But to be honest, I ended up doing a lot of 3 to 5 minute meditations on the daily Calm app, which are a bunch of like older ones that they've made before, a bunch of like, I want to call them presets, where you just take the 3 to 5 minutes out of your day and listen to Teresa Levitt, who's the voice of the Calm app. And, you know, they were just really short some days, and they shouldn't have been.
To be perfectly honest, while these sort of meditations were still nice, I absolutely wished that I had done the full meditation on those days, because the longer ones really just helped me calm down better. After a long day, I found that 20 minutes of meditation was exactly what I needed to feel refreshed and feel much better going into the next day or just going into the next part of my day.
Literally at the end of some of these shorter sessions, I would listen to Teresa Levitt's voice and I'd think to myself, good God, I wish I wasn't done with this. Can I please have a 20-minute meditation? But sometimes I'd have to battle between that or getting work done. And I obviously wasn't going to let some of my studies get affected by the challenge or anything like that. And some nights I was just exhausted. So I was like, I gotta get to bed. I don't want to miss out on getting the right amount of sleep for the meditation. It was a whole thing. So on those nights, I really did wish that I could have ended up doing more meditation. Funny enough though, I actually did have a story I wanted to tell you from this whole situation. So imagine me just being there in my living room, right? And I'm sitting in my living room and needing to do this meditation on Tuesday. I finished breakfast. I have my first ever Productive With Me live stream coming up. Imagine this. And when I go into this state of meditation, I'm really relaxed, I'm really calm, I just ate, so I got the little bit of post-eat tiredness, if you ever get that, like the little bit of crash that happens, and I fall asleep. I fall asleep during the meditation. It's hilarious in retrospect, but I was freaking out because I woke up with about 6 minutes left before my first ever Study With Me live stream. I didn't know how to really start a live stream. I didn't know how to get the streaming software set up. I mean, I had it set up in a sense, but I had never like gone live. I had never set up the lighting for my webcam and everything. So I was freaking out when I woke up, and that in retrospect was pretty funny. I thought I was doing something wrong, but apparently I wasn't. I was actually doing the right thing regarding being relaxed when I'm meditating. And I found that out from one of the people who's commenting on my videos all the time. I'm forgetting who it is. Maybe it's Sarge, I think it's Prepping with Sarge, that he's a meditation counselor, someone who's like relatively experienced in meditation. And they said that it's kind of a good thing to fall asleep sometimes when you're meditating, or that you're going about it the right way, because I ended up being pretty relaxed and I was really happy with myself for that. But to be perfectly honest, it freaked me out. I thought I was doing something wrong, and I'm glad to find out at least I was learning how to relax during those meditation sessions. Speaking of that though, I will say that I did fall asleep better overall throughout this challenge.
Since I was more calm, I found that I was able to actually sleep almost instantly when I was done meditating at the end of the day.
My overall verdict on meditation was that it was extremely helpful, and that I recommend each and every one of you to try it out in some sense or form in your life. Personally, for me, I'm gonna try to do it after lunch. I think that after lunch is a time where I'm pretty, I don't wanna say stressed every time after lunch, but I'm in that sense of, you know, got the hard work day going, I got something going in my life where I need to get a lot of work done, but it's important to just take a second sometimes, even 10, 15 minutes, and relax, because if you don't do that, you might crash and burn by the end of the day or even the mid-afternoon. So I think I'm going to start incorporating that more into my life in the upcoming weeks and hopefully months, maybe even years. I'm actually gonna make a video coming up about digital minimalism, and you know, I want to talk a little bit about in this video how I was able to get away from using my phone often, and I just felt like it was nice to be able to relax, and meditation did a lot for me in that sense. And it's really difficult for me to put into words how meditation changed my outlook on my metrics and all of those sorts of things. Am I constantly checking my phone, having high screen time? It's honestly going to be a video that I'm very excited to make.
Long gone are the days of me constantly checking how many views I have on my most recent video or how many new subscribers I gained for that day. I genuinely have mellowed out in that department, and I'm beyond happy about that.
That part of YouTube is something that, to be 100% honest, I have never liked. I've never been a fan of always constantly checking my YouTube Studio app, always going and checking my analytics, but you just get into the habit when you make videos. It used to stress me out a lot, and even to a ridiculous amount sometimes. And to be honest, meditation, I don't know if it fixed it. Let's be honest, I still check the YouTube analytics, but it did lesser that amount of constant checking, and I can't thank it enough. I love making videos. I've always wanted to make videos for the purpose of making videos and making content. And I want to thank meditation for helping me not realize that again, but go back into that mindset more.
My suggestions would be to get a subscription to the Calm app or Headspace to have some guided meditations, as when you're starting in your meditation journey, it is going to be a little bit difficult, and guided meditation, that's the way to go.
If not, I would say that you should look up meditation videos on YouTube, just some sort of music where you can relax, close your eyes for about 15-20 minutes, breathe in and out slowly, and get yourself into a place where you can be in more of a meditation state, more of a relaxed state, more of a state where you're going to be able to let the stresses of your days go away. All in all, meditation had the exact same benefits that were listed to me, that were listed all over the internet, and probably it actually had more benefits than I was expecting. I think there was a lot of different things on a day-to-day basis that you couldn't quite put into words unless you actually did it, and I'd like to thank meditation once again for helping me with that. I've been feeling much better about making videos recently. As many of you guys know, I made a video about how I'm going to change my upload schedule and how I'm going to not get rid of the vlog, but change the way that I'm doing 2 videos a week into 1. And going forward, I will have less of a class load, and I am feeling better about making videos day to day. And with this new camera, I have new inspiration. And I have a new announcement, not really, I mean, just more of like a sidebar announcement than anything. I kind of want to just make videos about real life, make videos about the different things on a day-to-day basis that either irritate me or I want to talk to you guys about. Like, there's a lot of different things in the world going on. And on a day-to-day basis, you know, I've made videos about how I have a nail biting problem. I want to make more videos about my running. I want to make videos about random problems. If you're into Casey Neistat videos, I'm not going to copy the guy, but I'm just saying he does a good job of making day-to-day problems into a vlog style video, and I definitely want to do that. I'd like to thank meditation for bringing back this mindset, for bringing back this thought of me wanting to make videos all the time. And let's hope that this next challenge I'm doing is doing the same thing. You just gotta count down and go for it. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.